So as now you can see, I have added one participant. Maybe you remember I have sent an email invitation to add invitees when we began this uh, session. So now you can see one is me, one is the owner, and another one is the participant. So there are two people right now in this meeting. So you will see the list here. Whoever is speaking will be highlighted here. So you can see the microphone is also turned off for the participant and for the owner as well. You can turn on again if you want to, or you can ask them to. You can see you can pin them to the screen. Pin to screen means whenever or if they're speaking or not, they would be visible on the screen. Like if you are having a webinar type thing on Google Meet, and some expert is speaking, then you can pin the screen, and he will be appearing on the screen if whoever is speaking, but he will be only visible on the screen. So you can pin or unpin. All right. So when you want to it basically creates a spotlight that that person will be available on the screens of everybody in the meeting. So you can pin to screen or unpin from the screen. You can also mute or unmute from here, or the participants also have these options. If you are owner, then you can't unmute someone else. Since this you cannot unmute someone else, they would have to unmute themselves. All right. If someone wants to speak, they need to unmute themselves and speak from there. uh, the next one is if you want to remove someone from the meeting. Again, you can remove them by clicking on this button. Since you are the owner, you have this authority to remove anyone from the meeting. The next option here is again, you can add people from here as well. You can add people by clicking on this, and you can again send invites to anyone you would like. This is the same feature. The next is chat button. So this feature is really useful when you are conducting a class and you do not want to be disturbed. Like you are delivering a lecture, and let's say some of the students are having a query, so you can just ask them to open their chat and write down their questions in spite of speaking in between your lecture. So that would basically disturb the whole class. So that's why this is a better option to ask questions, or whatever query they have, they can write in the chat box, so that when you're done with your lecture, you can check those messages. And like, let's say I want to discuss something about this topic, and you can see this message pops up. Correct. So this in this way, your class would also be not interrupted, and you will be able to see the questions or queries from the students as well. So when you are teaching, you can see this query and you can answer them on the spot while in the lecture. All right. So this is about the this section. Okay, then let's move on to the these three dots. We have not seen these three dots now. All right. So the first option here is change layout. So you can change the layout of your screen, the meeting screen which is displayed. You can select from these layouts. Like if you have multiple students, then you can see uh, you want to see multiple students, then you can see select the tiled option. I think it doesn't work. Just a second, let me check. This is the sidebar already adjusted, and this is the tile pane. All right, the tile pane is not working since we are not having that many participants. So that's why it is not showing up. Otherwise, if you are having more than 10 or 12 participants, then it would be showing multiple tiles, breaking them into, making everyone visible on the screen. All right, so this is how you can change the layout of your entire screen.